Right, good day watchers, and welcome to our film review tonight. Tonight I've been watching The Matrix Resurrections, the 2021 sequel to The Matrix, reboot of The Matrix films, of course. You know what? I enjoyed it, so I can say. I can see why people didn't like. I can see why kind of people, certain things people didn't like about it. I mean, I was kind of like, okay, but anyway, so we'll get into the film right now. This is a 2021 movie that didn't do that very well, but anyway. So Matrix is a 2021 American science fiction action film produced and directed by Lorna Wachowski, and being the first Matrix in the Matrix franchise to be directed solely by Lorna without her sister Lily. Sequel to The Matrix Revolutions. Maybe that's the problem. The reason why there's only one of them directed instead of both of them, which you can see. Yeah, okay, so starring Keanu Reeves, Carrie Anna Moss. She still looks great, by the way. Gosh, she's a good looking woman. Yayo Abdul-Mateen II, Jessica Henwick, Jonathan Groff, Neil Patrick Harris, Priyanka Chopra, Jonas Christy Ritchie. No, hang on. Priyanka Chopra Jonas, Christina Ritchie, and there's Pinkett Smith. Pinkett Smith, who actually looks older in this, of course, because she's playing an older version of herself. Warner Brothers Pictures, 2021. Running time 148 minutes. Wow. Okay, that was bad. It was a lot of money, of course. It's the most expensive Matrix film. So it's a long one too, but god damn, it was a budget of 190 million, and it made a budget box office itself 157.3 million. Jesus Christ, it lost a lot compared to the first three films. They made money back with this one. Yeah, so about this. There's a lot of things to say about this film. There's a lot of anyway. So Thomas Anderson is a creator of video games series called The Matrix. Mr. Anderson, based on his faint memories as Neo, as a coffee shop he keeps crossing paths with Tiffany, a married mother with no recollection of a past, on which Anderson based on video game character Trinity. He struggles to separate perceived reality from dreams. His therapist describes him blue pill to suppress the occurrences which he stops taking. Yeah, because he gets these blue pills and after he starts to stop taking them. But you see certain parts where he actually looks like a different guy in the mirror. Which he stops taking. Anderson creates simulation to develop game characters. A young woman named Bugs, what a name for a character, learns the simulation is running old code in a loop, enacting the moment when Trinity first found Neo when the Matrix. Bugs discovers a program embodying Morpheus and help free him. Having deduced that, I didn't really like when they did that with that different Morpheus in it. I just thought they could have got the original one. It just wasn't the same. There's a lot of issues over this film. A lot of things I liked about it too. I mean, I can't knock the effects and stuff. Having deducted Neo is alive, deduced Bugs and Morpheus extract him from the Matrix. Meanwhile, Anderson's business partner Smith regains his memories as Agent Smith. That didn't make sense too. I didn't quite get that bit because I thought to myself, if he's in the Matrix, I don't know. So Neo's former nemesis Neo awakens in a pod and notices Trinity confined in another one nearby before being extracted to Bugs' hovercraft Nemesis. Neo brought to the human city Lou, where he reunites with elderly Naomi. She explains that 60 years have passed in the real world since the machine war ended, and then that Neo's allies have died over time. Includes the original Morpheus. The peace achieved by Naomi's sacrifice lasted many years, but the large number of humans leaving the Matrix created a serious power shortage, causing machines to fight over limited resources. Zion was destroyed through most of its people relocated to Lu with the aid of synthetic machines. She says that she won't risk to help him free Trinity and has him locked up in his quarters. Bugs and the crewmates free Neo and enter the Matrix to extract Neo, where they intercepted by Sith and other excited programs, including the Merovingian. They attack, but Neo and the crew defeat them as Neo's abilities return. They leave and locate Trinity, but before Neo can talk to her, his therapist appears and immobilizes him by manipulating time. He reveals his identity as the Analyst, a program designed to study the human psyche. He explains that after Neo and Trinity's death, he was tasked with studying Neo's body and his anonymous powers as the one, convincing the superiors to resurrect both of them. I just want to read because it's quite a long movie. It's like, so anyway, yeah, when you see like a new Morpheus, I'm thinking to myself, so who the hell is this guy? Is like another Morpheus in this film? I'm thinking to myself, it can't be the same one. It's like another Morpheus. That's what I mean. This film's kind of confusing. It's like a program. He's not actually alive, but he looks different. The guy actually does a bad job as a Morpheus. I suppose like a younger. I know it's a bit confusing because I think, okay, if this is Morpheus, why does it look? That's what kind of confuses me about this film. There's a lot of things that confuse me. I say I enjoyed it, but the only thing I disliked about it was the fact that the humour was a little bit much. Yeah, sometimes films now have to have like these certain characters that have a kind of this weird sense of humour. I don't know. I can't explain. I'm sitting there. Oh, they're one of those characters, like geeky kind of characters. Not a massive problem, of course, but they're part of the program, So you meet this guy. He turns out to be Smith, and I'm sitting there going, "Oh, come on!" I mean, I knew it. I see the trailer and everything of the film, but I'm sitting there thinking to myself, that guy is meant to be more, Smith. He hasn't got his charisma, the guy who plays Weaver, what's his name is, the original Smith. He was fantastic, And you got some random guy it looks like someone from a soap opera playing Agent Smith, and I just thought, oh boy. And that's the issues with this film. It's not bad, he's not terrible, but he's not a bad actor, but he doesn't have that Agent Smith. Remember the guy from the other Matrix film who copies of it? It's Agent Smith goes into his body, it assimilates him, and actually goes into the real world. That guy did a fantastic job as Smith. He did really well. And honestly, I'm sitting there, he's really good actually. He actually you can feel Smith the way he talks and stuff, but this guy in this new film, I'm like, so that guy's meant to be Smith. Okay, it just thought some random guy. They go, oh, let's just have that guy. Let's get that guy across the road. It's like that. They just got some random guy to be Smith. So when Keanu Reeves' character you know, starts to get his memory back, of course. He decides to freaking trying to get Trinity out the Matrix, of course. They have to go in and try and convince her now, of course. When he goes into this like this building with these like coppers like standing around him, of course, and the analyst, what his name is, and he's like waiting for him, of course. And of course, she comes in. I like the part where she comes in and she like leaves right after. She kind of goes, you know, I've got my kids in there. It's a bit weird, like kids pop up all of a sudden, like trying to, oh look, but someone's been injured and stuff like that. And then after she kind of thinks, hang on a minute, you know, and then she changes her mind and she says, and I like the part where she says, I hate it when you call me that. And I was just, oh, it's so cool. And then these people turn out to be bots as well of the Matrix, and they start to control. And you know, so that seems pretty cool. Where they all start to attack them, where Trinity and Neo are on the bike and they start getting attacked by everyone. Right, you know, then so they've got the friends helping them out, of course, and all these people just dropping out the window. That scene was pretty cool. There was a lot of cool scenes in this film. I like the effects are good. We see by the budget, 190 million, lost a lot of money though. A lot of money lost. I couldn't believe. I was like, gee, that lost a lot of money. It didn't make money back. I was a bit. I think the way the film was handled, because it just kind of randomly film came out. I was like, hey. So anyway, I did like the parts where they're on the train, where they go through the Matrix and end up on the train and stuff. I thought that was the action scenes. Some of the action scenes look a bit choppy. Some of it looks pretty good. The action scenes, the effects. I can't explain. They don't look quite as cool as the original movies. Some of it look pretty good though. I like the fact some of the machines are helping them out. I think that's pretty awesome. There's one that flies like a bird. It's cool. And the girl in the third film, the young little girl, she pops up and she plays like a older version of herself, which is kind of weird because you think yourself, isn't she a program? So anyway, so it is the Matrix. But yeah, she's like all grown up and stuff, and you do see flashbacks of the original movies, better movies, of course. To be honest, is it? Yeah, I'll get to that in a bit. Yeah, you see a lot of flashbacks to remind you about the original ones, the better films, of course. The film has some cool, very cool scenes in it. You know, the part where they're getting chased on the bike by the people dropping out the window and everything. Action. Certain parts does throw you a little bit. You kind of think, that's Agent Smith. There's one part where he helps them out. I'm like, I don't get this at all. This is getting confusing. Yeah, because what the issues with the actor playing him was a bit it looked out of place. Then he puts his glass on. He's like he's not wearing a suit or anything. He's just like wearing. I know it's just not. It doesn't look like Agent Smith. It doesn't sound like Agent Smith, and that is a big, problem there straight away. Because I thought to myself, God, Weaver's fantastic in those movies. He's a good actor, and his charisma and everything. When you see Weaver, you think Agent Smith, and then I would have loved to have seen him come back as, even if he's older, it would have been, it would have been great to see him back as Agent Smith. To me, that's Agent Smith. You get some random guy to play Agent Smith each time. That's a big freaking no-no to me. It's like getting someone like I'm trying to think of a character that replacing a character with I don't know. So I did enjoy the movie though. That's the thing. It wasn't as bad as it. Got film got people didn't like it. The film had so the film has some slow moments in the film too, because I feel there's certain parts are slow. That's not a really big deal, because actually when the action goes, it goes, and it's really enjoyable. And there's another problem. There's another issue I have with the film, that Neo doesn't really use a weapon in this, which is he just does that all the time. He does that all the time. I'm sitting there going, oh come on, where's your bloody guns? It's like, oh man, I'm sitting there going, come on, where's your weapons? You're meant to be the one. And the part where her finger starts flying, I think to myself, okay. I can see where this is kind of going now. So she's flying and he's not. So so it kind of makes no sense that, but whatever. First time she actually flew in this movie is this film. But then Finger's having trouble flying, which is odd. Which I find it a little bit strange. Certain parts I do find strange. It doesn't quite make sense, but whatever. I didn't have an issue with it. It looked pretty good. She looks great as a super girl. Fingers is still a very good looking woman. She just still is very good looking. Yeah, when you start, I like the part where after when they took him out of the Matrix and he's back in the one of those ships. You know, I like the fact you actually see the thing, you know, the machine motor gun. I think that's so cool because it looks so. Some of the you see some like new robots and stuff, and then some of the robots are actually kind of pets to the humans. Like it's like some of the robots are actually quite fun now. Some are not though. These what do you call those flying sentinel things? Yeah, a lot of good action scenes. I really enjoyed it. So yeah, kind of reason in this film is really. I think it's really good in this film. Actually, I do think. Yeah, I think he does a really good job as Neo. He comes back and it's like he's never left. His performance is still good. Because when you see him in the Matrix, right, he's got long hair and stuff, you know, beard. But then when he's out in the Matrix, he's got no hair. It's like, hey, he looks pretty. For guys like over 20 years now, he looks pretty good for his age. He really does. Keanu Reeves still looks great. Actually, he looks young. I think he looks younger when he has the hair shorter. And you know, I don't know. It's just me. It's just me. I don't know. But it looks good for his age, and they still got great chemistry in the film when they both start kicking ass and they move action scenes and stuff like that. But yeah, he meets some new characters, one with this blue hair and stuff, and she's all like Neo military. I don't know, some ways like he looked like someone else. So I didn't quite, whatever. So then he meets some other characters. The new Morpheus, of course. So he's not. I thought, mate, I was thinking maybe he's like a. Maybe it's a prequel at the beginning. Morpheus got out of the Matrix, but that didn't make much sense because he's kind of like an agent at the beginning. The Morpheus in this film, it's weird. It's kind of like weird. It's very strange, that is. But there is weird moments that, and I like that. I do like the first part where you actually see like a almost reenactment of the original movie where Trinity beats all the coppers up and escapes off the roof. There is that scene, but then it changes. Something else happens, but it's a different actress playing the character, which is weird. There's some moments that make you think, oh my god, what the hell's going on? So yeah, but I did enjoy. The last part was pretty cool. They start flying and stuff, which I really enjoyed. I didn't really have the issue with the last part, where figures fly and stuff, because I think she looks great flying. She can fly. But yeah, really enjoyed it. Good actions. Okay, let's get to the part where what I didn't like about it. Okay, different actors playing certain characters. Different actor playing Smith. That guy is no Weaver. I'm sitting there going, huh? It's like they just got, I don't know. It baffles me. It baffles when I see it because I'm thinking to myself, why the hell did they get that guy from? I'm trying to think who they could have got. I don't know. They should have got the original actor who played him, or because the other guy who did who kind of did an impression of him on the second. He did a really good job. I was sitting there going, that if you got someone out to play him, I would have been fine with that. But god damn, I was sitting there going, it's like some random guy from Hollyoaks or a soap opera just got, oh, that's good. That guy. It just reminds me, it just reminds me of certain. I'm just like whatever. So yeah, some long talking scenes and slow mo parts in it. Maybe a bit too much comedy. Certain parts trying to be funny, humour. I suppose some of the characters are kind of annoying, the new ones that they're bringing. Apart from that, I enjoyed it though. I thought the action scenes were excellent. Okay, what I liked about it. Okay, what I didn't like about it, the real dodgy casting and stuff and all that kind of stuff, and the slow parts and the comedy. They're trying to add a bit of comedy in it, which is okay. Okay, what I liked about it, great action scenes, good budget and stuff. Great. I like the fact you can see the new city, the new city they got that they're staying at, and the effects are fantastic. The machine world and stuff, and it's got some really good action scenes and there's some really well done scenes. So yeah, some good characters. Some of the characters I did like that, returning characters of course, fantastic. Like I said, good effects, good action scenes. Then I did another issue with that. Neo does he use weapons in it, which I find that a bit odd. The other three films is using weapons, and this one's kind of and then you got thinking, the guy is in John Wick has used weapons, and in this one they thought let's not have him use weapons in this, which I find it a little bit odd. But okay, so yeah, doesn't use weapons, which is annoying. But apart from that, I enjoyed it. So the rating we're going to give this film is 3.5 out of 5. I still liked it though. It's not perfect, but it's a film that I enjoyed. It's not. I can see why people don't like it. I can see the issues with it, but yeah, you know what? It's a film that I still would watch again, even if it's flawed. I might even get a higher rating if I watch it again. So who knows? But yeah, apart from that, the action scenes are fantastic. So yeah, and the story is interesting, different but very different. So yeah, 3.5 out of 5 for The Matrix Resurrections. Still enjoyed it then. Those two are great together, by the way. Still great. So yeah, awesome. So anyway, people, I'm going to go off now for a bit. Remember to subscribe to my channel. And remember to subscribe to my channel. Have a nice day, have a nice week. Take care of yourself and welcome to The Matrix. Always check that red pill. Not the blue pill, the red pill. So anyway, thank you for watching. Enjoy my videos. Remember to subscribe. Remember to hit that like button.